What in the world, bro? It's your boy Big Low Kuntry. I hope that everybody's doing and feeling good on this Sunday night. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Kuntry. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports. Man, boy, so much has gone on since the last time we've had a chance to talk. Last time we talked, Falcons were on a two-game losing streak. We were in jolly old England, about to reach the tipping point, and so now we done made it back in the states. We got to win, and we got a few things to talk about. Once again, the Atlanta Falcons have taken us on a emotional roller coaster. Loving you ain't nothing healthy. Up and down, Bo. Up and down. Up and down. But once again, my name is Big Low Country. First of all, if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world bow in the comment. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. If this is your first time chilling out with us, or if you haven't done it yet, excuse me, my apologies. If you haven't done it yet, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and also hit that like button. So, first of all, y'all already know we got to show love to everybody that's showing love to us. Let's see here. We got Bernard. And here it says, "Nah, Grandizer, we need this live tonight." Because Grandizer says, uh, he's asking if we could go live tomorrow because of this Sunday night football game. Nah, bro, we got to have this. We have to have this celebration. This is a celebration. Clap, clap, bravo. What in the world, man? Coach Ronan says, "Enjoy the game, Grandizer. We got to talk." There you go, Coach Ronan. Quad 7 says, most of the old Falcons fans hate the 49ers as much as we hate the Saints. This is definitely correct, especially with who's coaching now. I know that there's a lot of feelings about Kyle Shanahan. Y'all know how I stand at on that. My homeboy ATL Skate, man, what in the world? What's going on, man? Hope you doing good. Sean in here, what in the world, Bo? What in the actual world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? Hope you're doing good, man. G12, he's putting in the contact info like he always does. I appreciate you, my brother. Down South Georgia boy in here. What in the world, Bo? What's going on, man? Victory Sunday. That's what it is. Padre in here, what, what, what in the world? Well, if I was still on England time, I would actually have done the show 5 hours earlier. Mac Towns in here. What in the world, Bo? Dre's in here. He said, "What is it? Black people ain't never on time for nothing." Goodness gracious, boy.
The time is just an estimate, guys.
Man, boy, y'all hold something against the brother. Dang, I ain't talking y'all a little weak. This how y'all do me. Jermaine Simmons said, "This is Jermaine checking in." Hey, I appreciate it, Jermaine. I appreciate it. Much love, man. KDS is in here. What in the world? Constantine, who that for life? He said, "You seen that dub?" Okay, all right, okay. Okay, yeah, we seen y'all got a dub against the struggling New England Patriots team who, can't find their way. I think the last two games they've been outscored 72-3. Yeah, they driving the struggle bus over there. Marina, what in the world, Bo? Can we get Coach Roney to apologize to Arthur Smith?
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Here we
Should I
go.
apologize for his losing seasons? Or should I apologize for the fact we're finally over 500 again? No, thank you.
Wow, Coach Roney.
I'll hold my apology.
Wow, okay.
Real consistent work from Arthur Smith.
Okay, I hear you. I mean,
I apologize for every win he gets this season. I'll be apologizing more. No. If I'm apologizing for every win he gets this season, then what about what about the losses? Should I then get apologies from everybody else?
and this is where we're at. See, it shouldn't be like this.
That's what I'm saying. I cannot like him and be glad we won.
Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna have a serious talk tonight about once again the emotional roller coaster and No, we're gonna have a serious talk about expectations and everything like that, man. Um, let's see. Got my homeboy one time for the fans, Jack Spade in here. What's going on, Jack Spade, Bodie, Chase, Kiki, everybody over there. Shouts out to all y'all. Hope y'all doing good, man. Alberto Molina says, Big Low, how's it going? Did you pick up an accent in London? Every now and then it comes out. Every now and then, it really comes out whenever I'm feeling boozy. That's that's when it comes out. Don Lewis and everybody's in here. So look, let's go ahead and jump on into it. Also, we got a Superman chat. Timothy Allison, he says we rode the unicorn today, and it felt good. I don't know how to take that. Roll, okay, all right, okay. Shouts out to you, man. That's that. Da da da. That's Superman chat. Oh man.
I bet it did.
Hey. All right. What the world? Shouts out to Coach Wallace, Akia, Auburn. And here says Coach Smith overachieved with those previous teams. Okay, okay. And this is what we're going to talk about. So basically, and I got to give my opinion whenever we have these coaches meetings. Basically, Arthur Smith, in my opinion, called one of his best games as an offensive coordinator today. Desmond Ritter had his best game as the starting quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons today. Thing is, one big thing that we have to keep in mind, number one, the offensive line played a whole heck of a lot better. I don't know what changed. I don't know if they gave the offensive line Michael Jordan secret stuff. I don't know if they took him to the blue flame. I don't know what happened, but the offensive line played a whole lot better. The offense played better when Caleb McGarry came out of the game. That could that could that could make a huge difference. I don't know for sure if that's what it is. But when Caleb McGarry came out of the game, the offense looked a whole lot better. You know, so it's one of those situations where that's something that we definitely have to keep in mind. Also, another thing that we have to keep in mind, they move Desmond Ritter around a little bit. He completed a lot of passes on just straight dropbacks, but he also completed a lot of passes from just play action, moving the pocket. I mean, it wasn't necessarily like naked boots and things like that. There were times when he crawled the pocket, but just that protection, you could tell by his body language that he felt a whole lot more comfortable. And that's huge. That's what you want. That's how you want your starting quarterback to feel, right? But the most important thing, the play calling was a little bit more creative. I don't know if Arthur Smith listened to everything that everyone had to say this last week, saying, "Hey, you know, is this is the guru?" I mean, especially after leaving that Jaguars game last week, everybody was like, "Wait a minute, this is the offensive guru that we heard about that's supposed to take us on into the next level. We got all the weapons. This is the quarterback that you want to stick with. This is the guy. Is this your king?" Pretty much moving forward, I seen what he's been trying to do today. The question is, and this isn't just for Arthur Smith. This isn't just for Desmond Ritter. This isn't just for the offensive line. And I mean, let's acknowledge this isn't just for the playmakers because Kyle Pitts, someone said they rode him today. It's not just for the offensive playmaker. This is for everybody. And Coach Roney made this point today while we were riding. Coach Roney said, "Hey, it's about the consistency." She was talking about quarterbacks, and which quarterback was it that you were talking about, Coach Roney?
We were watching Red Zone, and they asked the announcer how they felt like Zach Wilson did today, and he was
Mm, okay. Did they win?
Yeah, they won. Oh my God, it was crazy.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was
I fell
crazy.
asleep. You know.
Russell Wilson like fumbled with the last minute drive, and they recovered and ran it in for a touchdown.
Oh my goodness.
It was
Poor Russ.
insane. It was insane.
Poor Russ. He,
Poor Russ.
poor Russ, boy. God,
Woo.
he is catching it.
But anyway, yeah. So he called Zach Wilson inconsistent, and to me, that's like the worst thing you can say about a quarterback or anybody on your team. Inconsistent.
So Coach Rhoda basically said that inconsistent. She said as a quarterback, she feel like that's the worst thing that you can call a quarterback, inconsistent. And I mean, I can tend to agree with her. The point she was making was she was like, look, if your quarterback is okay, if you know that your quarterback is okay, that's a whole lot better than once again that emotional roller coaster of going up and down. So I think we don't know what Desmond Ritter is yet. We don't know if he's going to be inconsistent. We don't know if this is a situation where he can continuously have these 300-yard games. But one thing that we can acknowledge is that you know today he threw us to a victory, and we beat the Houston Texans, who have been looking like a pretty good doggone team. They beat Jacksonville, and C.J. Stroud, been throwing the ball all over the place and had the most passing yards for a rookie quarterback in the first 4 games and all kind of things like this. We kind of held them in check. They didn't score a touchdown until late in the fourth quarter. So we know what the defense is capable of. And this is what we were saying today at the stadium. Everybody I spoke to, they said, "Look, man, this offense. If we could have just a slither of offensive play, we could have taken things to a whole nother level." In that second half, it could have potentially been a double score game. Excuse me, especially if we wouldn't have had those fumbles. Bijan Robinson fumbled. Jonnu Smith. Oh, I don't know what Jonnu Smith was doing. Coach Roney, she wasn't there at the game with me, but all I can hear is Coach Roney's voice in my head whenever Jonnu Smith caught the ball. Like, oh, just go down.
Go down the field. Run
Just,
straight.
just go down. Just go down. I can almost hear him up there. Anybody who plays sports, you know that noise. People. That's a fake out move. People. Well, at least that was mine. At least that was my fake out move. Saki Cole. But the thing is that if we would have got those particular plays, no, we would have went on a whole nother level. We got a couple Superman chats in here. Grandizer says, creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood, and whosoever shall be found without the soul of getting down must stand and face the hounds of must face the hounds of hell. Happy Halloween. Oh, I was like, man, what word doggone Grandizer talking about?
Thriller. That's a thriller.
Yeah, it took me a while to. I like, wait, I didn't read it. Goodness gracious. Wait a minute. Look, man. That's that dun dun dun. Boy, I'm feeling good after this one, boy. Huh? Oh, wait a minute. So we got to hit the
Yes.
dun dun dun. That's a Superman chant. Oh, man. Also, Grandizer, he says, hey, coach, what's that? Hey, Coach Governor.
This is Padre.
Yes, this is Coach
You
Padre.
said
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Coach. What?
you said granddad. This is Padre.
This Padre. I don't know what. I don't know. So it's like whatever Padre. I gotta read it in his voice because most of the time it's something sarcastic. So Padre said, "Hey, Coach Governor, Coach Roney is about Arthur Smith.
Is right.
Coach Roney is
Arthur Smith.
Coach Roney. I see. I didn't want to say right because I ain't want no
Read
problems.
it as it is.
Okay, okay. Coach Roney is right about Archie Smith. I joined the dark side and brought a trucker hat with my membership. Hello, I hang up and listen. Dun, dun, dun. That's the Superman chat, boy. Y'all off the chain, boy. I don't know what to say about y'all, man. Definitely. Willie Hudson in here says, one thing that we can say, Desmond Ritter, don't lose at home, and that is true, and that's important. You know, you definitely want to be a situation where whenever you come home, you know, you try to get those dubs, and that's the first sign of a really good team. You know, if at home, and I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, whenever we were, you know, a perennial team in the NFC, and we did make that Super Bowl run, we didn't lose at home. You know,
Is that true?
we didn't lose at home. You don't remember the whole dome field advantage and
Yeah, I mean I remember that, but I didn't remember that meant we won every. Did we win every game?
I mean, almost did. Like it was one of those situations where if we lost at home, it was a big deal.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was like you remember um the 12th man in Seattle, like how it was the same kind of effect in Atlanta. Whenever we played at home, it was tough. It was tough for opposing teams. You know, and that's what we're trying to, you know, establish again in Atlanta. And you know, shouts out to the crowd, man. Everybody was there, and I ain't gonna lie to you. And anybody who was there, you know, y'all can feel free to chime in. But I think it was because it was the Houston Texans game. I didn't see the crowd wasn't packed like it was a couple of weeks ago. Whenever we played the Green Bay Packers, I didn't see that many Houston Texans fans there. But what I can say is that, especially at the end of the game, on third downs, the the Benz was buzzing. The Benz was buzzing. It was, you know, it was a great environment. Clay Melton, he says, I try to be fair. I've been on Ritter the last 2 weeks. I give him props today. He balled out. I really hope this was a turn. This was a turn the corner game for Ritter and the team. Look, I definitely hope so too, my brother. Demetrius Jeffries in here. Big Low. What's good, Bo? What in the world, man? Hope you're doing good, man. Brandon Levy says we needed to win badly. The crowd was good, man. The crowd was buzzing, like I said, huh? Coach Roney said, make sure that you hit that like button if you're glad that the Atlanta Falcons got a win today, and you don't know what we would have done. And that's what I was sitting there thinking. I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know what's gonna happen if we lose this game. I'm gonna have to have this coaches meeting and try to keep everybody under control. If you're glad we got this win today and you're relieved, make sure that you hit that like button. If you just need a way to express it, also make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. But the point that somebody made earlier, hopefully this is a turn the corner game, and I don't know if y'all remember me saying this for the Green Bay game, and you know a lot of the coaching staff, y'all were the level-headed ones once again, you know, along with Coach Roney. You know, I was like, hey, this is a changing of the guard kind of game, and you know, I ain't gonna lie to you, I got a little naked, you know. I said, hey, I think Desmond figured it out, and whenever he led us to that victory. I'm not going to do that this week. I'm not going to do that this week. But I do feel like um, the Atlanta Falcons, I feel like we're watching the process of the Atlanta Falcons. It's kind of like the analogy of a lot of people's favorite early '90s R&B group. You know, doing just fine. I'll make love to you. Motown Philly, down on bended knee. You see where I'm going with this, Coach Roney?
So we're going from boys to men.
Hello. Yes, yes. I feel like we're watching this process of, you know, this Atlanta Falcons team, you know, going from boys to I'm doing just fine. Man, let me stop because Uncle Steve, I'm pretty sure he's somewhere hating his heart hearing me saying because I mean I know we haven't had a chance to mention it because we've been in London and everything, but I am the lead singer of Southern Silk. I'm the Wanye and the Sean of Southern Silk.
Kanye and Sean.
Yes, I do it all. Oh man, Solo. He says there were a few passes that Ritter had today that were straight fire. I had the perfect amount of zip and touch. I hadn't really seen that consistently from him before today. That pass to Keith, man, that pass to Keith Smith was really good. There were a lot of passes today on third down, and the crazy thing is that this this is how Matt Ryan was when he first started. Like
Oh, wait a minute.
what?
Are you comparing Ritter to Matt Ryan?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Alright, why?
I mean, so when Matt Ryan first started, his job was to turn around, and hand the ball off to Michael Turner,
Uh-huh.
stay ahead of the sticks, and he threw the ball when he needed to, or whenever the offensive coordinator Mike Mularkey seen openings to throw the ball effectively. We played safe, conservative football, and on third downs, that was Matt Ryan's job to, on third and longs, that was Matt Ryan's job to, make the right passes and make the right reads. The offense was very conservative, especially early in Matt Ryan's career, and today it's like it was pretty much the same thing. I mean, especially that first half. I mean, it was times where it was like kind of tough to watch because you'd be like, ah man, it's third down. I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, we could complete these passes. But as the game went on, especially in the third quarter, and and that's the beauty of being like because our seats they're kind of like they're not behind the goalpost. They're kind of like at the corner of the end zone. And whenever they went on that last drive, it's like we could see what Desmond Ritter was seeing. And Solo, he's making a great point. It's like those last few completions that Desmond Ritter had. It's like he's completely right. He put the perfect amount of zip on the ball with the perfect amount of air under it to throw over those linebackers. And it's like you could see it kind of clicking for him. He was like, oh, okay, okay. And I was like, man, this is. I didn't think he was going. I didn't think he was supposed to make these kinds of throws. And then he made the sideline throws to Drake London. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was worried whenever he was throwing those sideline passes to Drake London because he was reading the cornerback. He was playing like 10 yards off, and then the cornerback he'll drive on the ball, and I was like, man, there was one whenever I was like, ooh, if he would have got there a half second earlier, it would have been a pick six. The out route is the hardest route to throw for a quarterback in the NFL. He threw two of them back to back to Drake London. I was like, oh, my goodness. I mean, but this is that time in a quarterback's career where it's the most stressful for the fans, for the coaching staff, for the team, because it's like you don't know what he's capable of doing, right? The team knows what he's capable of doing to a certain extent because they're in practice and they see him over and over again. But we're sitting here like, man, this. I hope he completes these passes, and I compare him to Matt Ryan in that regard. Now, am I saying that? Look, he's going to be as successful as Matt Ryan, or impact the city and the team as much as Matt Ryan did over the course of his 14-year career. I'm not saying that, but it's one of those cases where you know they're similar in that regard. You know, but we'll see how it goes. Jay Black says next week is more important than this week. I mean, look, we just got to approach it a week at a time. A week at a time. T Matt says Desmond was killing them with that hard cap. Yes, he was. He was. Very, once again, I'm not saying he's the same guy, but very Aaron Rodgers esque. That was another way that we kind of stayed ahead of the sticks. I don't know if a lot of people notice that, they got like 3 or 4 encroachment calls because Desmond Ritter was hitting them with that hard count. And 1 and 5 is a whole lot easier than 1 and 10, or 2 and 4 is a whole lot easier than 2 and 8. So that makes a huge difference. Um, Chosen One says we need Matt Ryan on the road. I mean that's part of being a young quarterback. That's another part of it. Desmond Ritter, he wins at home, and that's really good. But we need some of those those away games to really come through. He almost looks like a different player, but yeah, that's something that he has to figure out. Joshua says hopefully he can start doing the same for the away games. That's when we'll know, Bo. I completely agree. Jonathan Holder says defense today, only 1 touchdown given up, 4 of 13 on third down, 30.7%, 2.8 yards per rush, and 6 3-and-outs forced. When is the last time we could say that? We,
You were
before,
talking about that earlier.
yeah, I was.
About the defense, how they showed up, how they've been looking good.
Yeah. It's a weird feeling
Yeah.
watching the game, and it's third and 9, and be like, oh yeah, we could get them off the field. Because before 3rd and 17, you said they're like, oh man,
I hope they drop.
you said they're like, man, well, hopefully, whew, man,
Because we ain't gonna stop.
we ain't gonna stop them. Let's hope they drop it. I mean,
Oh my god.
Ryan Nielsen, man. Ryan Nielsen has worked wonders for this defense, this defensive line. And the crazy thing is, and I'm pretty sure somebody's going to mention it a little bit later in the chat. Crazy thing is, we're getting all these stops, and I almost had an interception, possibly would have been a pick six. But you're getting all of these stops, and you're not even getting sacks. That's the crazy thing. And we know, excuse me, we know what Mike Smith used to say all the time back in the day. It's not about getting sacks; it's about getting pressure on the quarterback. We just want to move him off his spot. But I mean, it's proven true now. I mean, yes, we would love to get the quarterback on his back and have the whole crowd go crazy, and have it be 2nd and 18 because we got him for an 8-yard sack. But I mean, those stats that Jonathan Holder has up here, look, I'll take that all day. If it's equating to holding teams in the teens as far as scoring, that's a huge accomplishment. This defense is the backbone of this team right now. Grandizer, he mentioned Kyle Pitts, 7 catches for 87 yards. Hey man, look, Kyle, this is I'll take 7 catches for 84 yards from a unicorn. Like I said, I know a lot of people are wondering if Kyle Pitts, if he's a unicorn or if he's a horse with an ice cream cone on his head. But I'll take 7 catches for 87 yards. Alfonso says, Matt Ryan, Soldier Boy voice. Matt Ryan? Oh, man. It's organic. It says, a good team win today. Ritter balled out today, and Ragone got the DoorDash lemon pepper wings for Magic City because Arthur Smith was in his bag.
You know what? That's crazy because earlier in the chat, Jalen Hilton said that Dave Ragone went home and told his wife about how he held the iPad all day. So I guess he's still figuring out what Dave Ragone does. What does Dave Ragone do? But Bobby Bagum said that he don't think Arthur Smith called this game.
Ooh.
That's a conspiracy theory.
Why?
That's interesting. He didn't say why, so maybe you can put in the chat why he said that.
Yeah.
But I found that interesting that was even thrown out there.
So, Body Bagum, let me know. Do you feel like Arthur Smith called this game? Or, well, why do you feel like why he didn't call this game? And everybody in the chat, y'all let me know. Y'all think Arthur Smith actually called this game? I wasn't paying attention on the sideline. But, I mean, coaches, they'll stand there and they'll talk to each other throughout the game. Depending on how the game is going. I know whenever I was coaching, we be talking about people, but look, that's a whole nother story. But I wonder if Arthur Smith did actually call this game. I'm pretty sure he's not the type to just come out and be like, yeah, I didn't, I gave up the play caller responsibility.
No, he would never do that.
Yeah,
He would only admit it after a while, so he didn't know when it started.
exactly, exactly. Jalen says, how was the stadium looking? Was it packed out? It wasn't necessarily packed out, but it had some real good energy today. Joshua says, Southern Silk, didn't they drop Freak Me? Nothing but love.
Southern Silk is a family group. They only do PG grinding moves.
PG grinding moves.
Yes. They only unbutton two buttons.
Only a button, two buttons. Rose Stoddard says Ritter looked off the wide receivers today and zipped it in with no hesitation. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he was scanning the field. He was scanning the field. There was one play I seen where C.J. Stroud, like he was looking off. He looked Jeff Kuda off on a nasty slant pass, and I was like, oh, okay. As a matter of fact, I think it went to Damian Pierce. So I was like, wow, Damian Pierce, he lined up out wide and he looked them off, then came back to the odd side and threw to him. But I don't know if it's a situation where Desmond Ritter, he just got a little bit more freedom in this particular game, or just like somebody mentioned, did we're gonna take over? That's the question. 95 North, my brother Birdo. Shouts out to Birdo, man. He says, did Matt Ryan excuse the Desmond Ritter?
No, he said, did Matt Ryan excuse me? Desmond Ritter.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the me. He
He
said,
left out.
he says, did Matt Ryan excuse me? Did Desmond Ritter, with the ice in his veins, silence some of his critics with his performance today? What in the world, Bo? Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Shouts out to my brother Big Birdo, man. Bleacher Report. I mean, that that's a good question. That is a good question. Maybe that's a question that we should ask the coaching staff. Do y'all think Matt Desmond Ritter? Do y'all think Desmond Ritter silenced some of his critics today? If you feel like he did silence his critics today, put a one in the chat. If you feel like, look, it is what it is, just like Grandma Country say, the sun shines on the dog's behind every now and then. Put a two in the chat.
While you guys are doing that, you missed Jamal's comment about your singing, where he said, Big Low, you sing like Jesse Powell's daddy, Messy Powell.
Volleyball, keep that hate out your heart. I don't know why you coming in here. He said, I say like Jesse Powell's daddy, Messy Powell. What in the world? The hate is real, boy. Stefan's in here. He says Drake London catch was a major turning point in today's game. He says once he ripped off his helmet, the crowd turned up. Ritter's home record in college and the NFL is undeniable. Yes, and you know what? I gotta give you this one right here because that's that $10. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Shouts out to you, Stefan. But yeah. That Drake London catch that was definitely a turning point. And man, everybody was lit today, man. Everybody was lit. Justin Farmer says, "What in the world, Bo? How about them Falcons today?" Yes. I seen the Georgia sign. I'm finna say, "How about them dogs?" Joshua says, Drake says, "Fish on." Real them bobs. Fish on. Like old boy from River Monsters. River Monsters, they still that show still come on.
Oh, I never really watched the show. You would watch
I
it.
love that River
Yeah,
Monsters,
you would
boy.
watch it. I've never
Yeah.
into it.
I mean, 'cause me and him can relate.
No. Oh, We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Me and him can relate. Fish on.
Everybody seen your little fish. We're not going to talk about the river monsters, guys. Y'all are in the same plane. No, no, no.
We can relate. We in the
You would
same
have
boat.
been more like a question. Fish on?
Why are you such a hater, boy? The hate is real. Oh man, Mill says Bijan Iverson is him. Boy, man, boy. Um, uh, Alberto Molina says, Big Low, what do you think about Bijan catch to the touchdown? I feel like that was number one. That was a very creative play call. I don't know if that was like a middle screen or if it was a situation where he was just in the middle of the field and Desmond Ritter stepped up. I got to go back and watch the film, but man, trying to catch this young man is, I mean, he is just like Millie Mill says, man. He's like Bijan Iverson. I mean, he he reminds me so much of myself back in the day. Like, you know, people just can't catch him. I mean, but the catch that I'm more impressed with was the no look behind the back catch while making somebody miss. Like, I've never seen, he's running to the sideline,
He's fully in control.
fully in control. I mean, and then it's like Desmond Ritter threw it and said, "Hey, Bijan, I just threw it to you." He's like, "Okay."
My hands will find it.
He's like, "Okay."
Don't worry, I'll find it.
Like, what in the world? He's like, "Okay." Oh, I gotta make somebody miss at the same. Like, what in the world? Like, who does this? I've never seen somebody like casually catch one-handed passes. We seen it last week in that Jaguars game. Like, he's running to the sideline. He's just running. He's like, "Oh yeah, let me catch this." So, like, who does this? Such a talented player, man. Such a talented player. Potty says, Coach, did you see Bijan hit that defender with an Allen Iverson crossover to get his touchdown? Mr. Mustardson playing 2K with them boys. Hello. Yes. Dijon Mustardson. He's hitting that. He's hitting that analog button forward with the crossover. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. All my 2K players. All my 2K players understand what the crossover is. You hit that analog button, press it forward, crossover. You know, whichever crossover you choose. Mike Hollywood says, putting Miller speed on the field lets the tight ends do work underneath. And that is true. I noticed Miller did have a little bit more time. And, you know, they got him the ball on some end arounds. That was kind of keeping the defense a little honest, you know, because we seen a lot of the misdirection motions, but they were actually letting him get the ball coming on these end arounds and on these shovel passes, and you know, it was letting people get downfield. Whenever Drake London caught that deep pass, and I was talking in the crowd, whenever we got the ball back, I was like, hey, I would take a shot right here, and I'd be doggone. Des Ritter ain't step back and let that joker go. I mean, he heard whenever he threw it, I heard, you know, whenever the ball come off his fingers, I like, oh shoot, he's slinging that thing. Coach Arthur Smith's cousin says Arthur Smith did call the game today. He said he was. Wallace said he was in a room holding a flashlight. He said he was there. He said Arthur Smith did call the game. My homeboy Emmanuel Brown says whoever called it needs to keep calling it. He says our offense can be so simple. Yes. Yes.
Right above that, he said that right, go and watch the podcast the last 2 weeks and started feeling his seat warming up.
He's like, man, look, as much as I like.
I don't get no wins. I do be drawing these plays up.
talking about just go get pizza. You get pizza.
I make me.
Why they need to know how much I make? Why they looking up my salary?
Oh my god.
I mean, you're right. That could be one of those things where he was like, "Hey, let me do something. Let me do something." Yeah, he probably watched the show and walked into Arthur Smith's office and, "Hey, Arthur, the jig is up. Let's get some work done."
Arthur, the clown is in there. The clown is in the chat.
The jig is up. Big Low called me a twat waffle last week. Like, we can't. I can't settle for this. Everybody North says, Padre, it's all great, bro. Hope some of you, man, thank you, bro. That experience was amazing. Definitely, man, definitely. Matthew Bronson's jet sweeps to keep the defense honest with Scotty Miller, definitely. So let's see what everybody's saying in the chat. Um, uh, so I said, what question, Coach Roddy? I forgot. I
You
got.
was asking if this is proof that Desmond Ritter was like getting better,
That's what it
or
was. You don't sound confident.
I'm not. I'm asking you if Desmond Ritter was proving himself today, or if he
Oh,
was
okay, yeah, yeah,
confident about Desmond Ritter.
yeah. Because I said just like
Somebody put it in the chat. What was the question, y'all?
with Miss Big No Dave ago.
We're so excited to talk about the wings that never go.
Oh
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Padre says, Coach, go to England, and now Coach Roney got to translate American for him. What?
Yes. All right, Jalen Hilton. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna say Wingstop. What's his Wingstop?
What's his stuff? Oh gosh.
Da da da. That's a Superman tag. Go
I've
ahead.
had English pizza
Oh
and
my
wings.
God,
Disgusting.
y'all.
That's all I'll say.
Let me tell y'all something, bro. English food. Oh my God. Like
It's proper disgusting.
beans and toast. Like don't let nobody from England tell you beans and toast are good.
It is not good.
All they do is open the can of beans.
And pour it into a serving bowl, and I am not kidding you.
Hey, no,
It's not even super warm either.
nah,
It's
it
like,
ain't. It's cold.
It's literally like they just poured it out the can, and that's what you're supposed to
They
eat.
pour
And
it
we had beans and toast at a 5-star hotel, a 4-star hotel,
and a 3-star.
and a 3-star.
No, we didn't have
We
that
didn't
3-star.
have that 3-star because we were done with it by then.
Yeah.
But they were all the same temperature. This is how
It's almost like they took a match and put it put it under the can for 5 seconds and
That's
poured
it.
it.
That's
Yeah,
it. No more.
no more. Golly,
No
boy.
more.
No bell peppers, no onions,
Nothing.
nothing. No meat. They just poured the beans out of the can and put it on toast. And you can't really do too much with toast. Don't get me down this road of talking about this English food because I was like, man, see, it, I'm,
USA.
what what did they say the question was about, Coach Rody?
Okay, Jalen. So what he said what it was. Hold on, long. He said that this game silenced the haters about Desmond Ritter.
That's what it was. That's what it was. So, the person who initially asked this question, I seen Berto's comment in here, but I seen he said one. Berto said he feels like it silenced the haters. Um, Chosen One, Oblivion Empire, Jalen, DA, Bot, whatever. They all say one. They feel like this silenced the haters. ATL Skate Man, he says two. He says that just like that famous group. I'm getting sick and tired of you broken promises. The haters.
Promises.
Oh, broken promises. Haters, they gon' hate. Dun, dun. ATL Skate Man. He said the haters gonna hate. Hopefully, hopeful says it silenced the haters. Down South Georgia boy says, nah, Nah, it is what it is. They next week they'll cope with the same hate. Jermaine Simmons, he says it feels like it silenced the haters. Um, Mandy Eight says I think the Falcons are the definition of bipolar. Jay Freeze says big one silenced them. Okay, there go Berto. Berto says yeah, he feels like the silencer. Sterling Woods, he says 1.5. He says or one or two. I don't know which it is.
What like Lamar 24/7? It said I need to see this on the road, and then I'll be quiet.
There you
That's
go.
that consistency.
That's that consistency. That's that consistency. Like the beans and toast. Mike Hollywood, he says too. He feels like the haters are going to keep hating. Ed Mitchell, Grandizer, feels like it silenced them. Padre feels like it silenced them. Marina and C Focus says the haters are going to hate. Alfonso says, yeah, they ain't got nothing to say. You can't tell me nothing. MW, the franchise player, says too. He has to do it with more consistency, kind of like what Coach Ronnie was saying. Emmanuel Brown says he definitely silenced folks. He played almost the perfect. The weapons didn't play great. 2 fumbles and horribly timed penalties that took away points off the board. Okay, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. Chris Rogers in here. What in the world, Bo? Captain America's little brother. Then P Star says, we are in it to win it. Let's be patient with this team. Ray 50 in here. He says, big coach, we better enjoy Nielsen because he may be gone at the end of the year to take a head coaching job. Yeah. Nielsen
You
is.
get it here.
He's just gonna.
It should be open.
He's just gonna give that man job away. Goodness gracious. Man, Dre Murphy in here says Coach Low, aka Beloved. Someone said on another chat about going after Chandler Jones with that money that we freed up from Jake Matthews. What do you think about that, though, Beloved? Hello. I mean, I don't know what they're working on, but we'll definitely see what's going on. Archangel's in here. Shouts out to you, man. Hope you're doing good. Jonathan Rozier says, have you checked in on the Panthers, buddies?
Yeah, we did. We listened to them on the way back home.
Yeah, we listened to him, boy. Man, my homeboy Rashad, he just wandering aimlessly around the different barbecues in North and South Kakalaki, 0-5. Man, I don't know if y'all remember the NFC South Roundtable.
What happened?
It was filled with so much hope and optimism.
You
Man,
were like, so do y'all regret that trade? Oh,
no,
no. It was the
nah.
right move.
It was the right
We
move.
got the quarterback of the future.
We got the quarterback
All
of the future.
pieces, and we got rid of Matt Rule. We're good.
Meanwhile, DJ Moore going for 240 something yards,
I still
2
cannot
touchdowns.
forgive that. When I heard that they traded that man away, I was like, this was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
But crazy,
Why would they do that?
but crazy thing is though that when we watched their show, they was like, we need a number one receiver. Y'all had
Y'all
one.
had one. He was super young, still in his rookie deal. He was killing it.
Yes,
Why would you
yes.
trade him away?
But the crazy thing is that, and see, this is why you gotta be careful, cause karma will come back. Dave said y'all don't got a quarterback.
He sure did.
They said y'all don't got a quarterback. He was like, so he said we were gonna finish last in the division.
Remember, he said y'all don't have a quarterback, and you were like, do y'all?
I said, y'all got a quarterback? Cause we don't know what y'all got.
You don't know what y'all got. Our quarterback has played in a couple of games.
They picked us to be last in the division. I don't know what Dave don't like Desmond Ritter.
No, he doesn't.
I don't know if like he looked like somebody who took his girlfriend in middle school or what. Like Dave does not like Desmond Ritter. Meanwhile, 0-5. See, that's why he gotta be careful about what to say. We need to do another NFC South roundtable.
They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it.
We didn't do one for it get too bad.
Before they shut it down. Start making TikTok dance videos.
I was trying to be quiet.
We had to be quiet. It was like 3
It
o'clock
was
over
like it
there.
was like 2 in the morning.
It was like 2 in the morning.
They're like, excuse me, can you be quiet, please? Like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
So snappy. We were like the yin yang twins.
Hey,
The
look,
yin
Sean, let me
youngs.
tell you something. Like, hey, Coach Steph, I don't know what's going on with these boys. Man, let's see here. Archangel, he says y'all like up this good content and share it. Definitely, man, definitely. Also, we got TFS Nick in here. He says so proud of Ritter. Him gaining confidence can only make the team better. The kids look really good out there today. He did, man. I think this is my first time seeing you, TFS Nick. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's see here. Keyline. Keyline says, was it hate or was it legitimate criticism? He could have a great game today and still have been subpar before.
Oh, I agree
Both
with that.
things can be true, and that's true.
That's how I feel about Arthur Smith.
That, but Coach, you
It
gotta let
is.
it
It's
go.
exactly how I feel about him.
You
I was
gotta
just
let
relating.
you gotta
I
let it
was
go.
relating.
Goodness gracious, boy. Keyline dun da da. That's a Superman chat.
I agree, Keelan.
I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah,
Great point.
yeah. I mean, and that is a great point because the question is it hate or is it criticism? And it's like, I think one of the biggest things is that, for example, Jimmy Ward. I don't know if y'all heard the story. Jimmy Ward, he was like, they asked him about the Atlanta Falcons offense and how they're gonna, approach it. And he was like, yeah, I mean, they got a good team, but are they gonna use their weapons? Like, is that hate or criticism? Because number one, he didn't have to say that. Like, it's not his job to criticize, our team. They just asked him what he felt about our offense. So, I mean, that felt like hate to me. Hate feels like whenever you go to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So you could be like, yeah, Desmond Ritter, he needs to calm down, take his time, read these defenses, and if that those reads aren't there, he needs to learn how to fill the pocket, step up, or move around in the pocket or whatever. That's criticism. But whenever you just be like, hey, what do you feel like? What do you feel about the Atlanta Falcons quarterback? And then people just say, oh, they don't have a quarterback. That's hate. Because man standing right there, he exists. But just be like, oh, nah, they don't have a quarterback. I know that's not true.
Oh my god.
That's hate. That's disrespect. Like I exist. I'm a real boy.
A real boy. Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Also, y'all make sure that y'all hit that like button if you're excited that the Atlanta Falcons won this game, and hopefully, Desmond Ritter is and the rest of this Atlanta Falcons team are like your favorite early '90s R&B group, you know, that are singing songs like "I'll Make Love to You" and "Down on Bended Knee" and "Doing Just Fine." Going from boys to men. You're excited about that? Make sure that you hit that like button. My homeboy Foxstar Falcon in here says, "Hey coach, they was fighting up in the 300s today. It was a draw. What in the world?
What are you fighting
Who
about?
was fighting?
You can barely see the game. Focus all your energy on that, not fighting.
Man, I ain't trying to fight. I feel like I'm gonna fall.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I ain't fighting up there. I'm sorry, I ain't going to fisticuffs up there because I've
We had a
changed.
couple people in the chat. Hopefully, Hopeful asking us about the food in England.
Oh my
Hopefully,
god.
Hopeful said, "Was there no coconut water across the bar?" That coconut water would have been a welcome treat across
Man,
the
first of
bar.
all, coconut water has too much flavor to be over there.
And too much texture.
Coconut water. No, no.
Josh Mulvaney said, "Did we get crumpets while we were over there?"
Yes, we
We
did.
did. We actually had high tea at the Shakespeare Globe Theater.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
It was bad, y'all.
It was
It was
bad.
bad.
Cool Beans was like, people of African descent taught the world how to cook. That is true. We will say this: when we were in England, our goal was to only eat traditional English food, like straight from the source. So, like, England is a very multicultural city. There were tons of like international restaurants, so we could have gone to like a good Lebanese restaurant, a good, some sort of like Arab restaurant, a good Asian, Chinese restaurant, whatever. But we were like, no, we're only going to
This is the best garlic bread I've ever had.
They
I mean
actually put
garlic cheese bread.
flavor in their
Yeah.
food. They warm it up properly.
And warm it
Every
up
the
properly.
components make sense. It was so
They
good.
warm it up properly, Coach, right? So for the breakfast,
Yes.
like so at the first place we stayed at, they had the bacon, and and you remember I came back, I was like, man, this bacon is good, but I realized that was the only thing that had flavor.
That was the only thing that had
That's,
flavor.
and because the thing is, you can't mess up bacon.
No, you can.
You can't mess up bacon.
Just cook it.
Just cook it.
You don't have to season it or
You
anything.
got season or
You
nothing.
have to cook it to be able to eat it. So
You got to
they
cook
just,
it exactly.
they couldn't mess it up.
Exactly. Because you don't got to put salt and pepper on bacon.
No.
As a matter of fact, you use bacon to salt
To
other
solve
stuff.
other things.
Yeah. Because I was like, man, boy, this bacon good. But I realized later,
That was it.
that's what it was. And so what, nothing else with no flavor. The eggs were weird everywhere. Weird consistency for the eggs. They said they were scrambled.
I don't know how they scrambled it.
Them eggs were shaken, not scrambled. They just shook them around in the pan. Yeah. They just shook them around in the pan. So they did the beans and toast. It's like at the same place, they had the same thing everywhere for breakfast. They had beans and toast. Then they had just baked tomatoes.
Just baked tomatoes.
Like
Not seasoned.
not seasoned.
A cooked tomato.
It was just a cooked tomato. That's all it was. You that's it. It was just a cooked tomato. Then mushrooms everywhere. Mushrooms, just random mushrooms, like cooked in the oven, just mushrooms. Like what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with this?
Oh my gosh.
Then they giving me these scones and talking about they scones. No, these biscuits. These ain't scones.
And then it hard.
Then they were hard. They were so hard.
Soft.
They were so. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. My apologies. Man. Let's see here. Jalen, he says, are you still worried about my boy Cool? I was worried. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was scared.
Worried.
I like Cool, boy. You boy.
I'm definitely glad he's looking back like he's being consistent again, but I'm still worried that it's gonna pop up.
Yeah.
I don't know what was causing those issues, so I don't know if it's resolved.
I mean, so the thing is, it could have been, it could be anything.
Yeah, it could be anything.
It could be Cool, or it could be the holder.
Yeah, it could be.
You know, I mean, it could legit be anything.
That's what I'm saying. Until you know actually what it was, you can't be confident that it's resolved.
Exactly.
You just hope that whatever it was, he was able to shake it off and we're moving forward.
That's it. J Mall, he says, just woke up for work and I see Dallas giving it up to San Francisco again. What's the score for the San Francisco game?
I don't know. I gotta take a look.
Oh, okay. I just need George Kittle to show up and show out because I'm playing Uncle Steve in the Content Creator Fantasy League this week, and and I'm whipping up on him pretty good. Shouts out to Uncle Steve.
Man. 10-35.
10-35.
Fourth just started. Yeah.
Man,
Ooh, what?
whew, goodness gracious. Jenny Lee says no fish and chips. I let Coach Rhoda tell you.
I couldn't do it, y'all.
Y'all know I don't do fish like
I
that.
couldn't do it.
But
After tasting all that other stuff, I just was like, I know what this tastes like. I know exactly what this tastes like. Nothing. I really
D Law says, dang man, I'm late again, but rise up. You already know, man. You already know. So somebody put in the chat, somebody said Storm Norton over Caleb McGarry. I mean, is that a question that we have to ask? First of all, we don't know what's going on with Caleb McGarry. We don't know if it's like a long term injury or what. But um, I would venture to say that the offense looked better whenever Storm Norton came into the game. And normally, as like I said, as coaching staffs while we're on the field, or while during the game, we look at ways to attack the opposing team. It's like whenever Storm Norton came in, I didn't really get a chance to look for it because at the game, you don't really. There's so many different things going on. I didn't see like if they tried to attack him to see if he would be a weak spot in their offensive line. But moving forward, it's like I feel like the offense looked better with Storm Norton. I wanted to ask the coaching staff what they thought. What's going on, Coach Ron? Oh, okay. So do y'all feel like the offense looked better with Storm Norton? Um, if you feel like they did look better with Storm Norton, put a 3 in the chat. If you feel like it's the
So that be
offense.
Caleb McGarry next week.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel like it looked good with Caleb McGarry, and we go back to Caleb, put a 4 in the chat. I just want to know. Also, Grandizer with the Superman chat said, "Big Low Country. Thanks for going on Roar of the Lions UK stream for a collab a couple weeks back. Um, uh, that was a bloody, solid, and righteous collab. Cheerio."
Cheerio.
Thank you so much, my brother. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Yeah,
So,
those guys are cool. Go ahead, Coach.
so Foster Falcon let you know that Kittle got 3 touchdowns. So did
Yes.
Bradley Walker.
Okay.
So looks
Yes.
like you're doing pretty good
Yes.
here.
Take that, Uncle Steve. Take that, Uncle.
No. Take that,
Somebody snip this and send it to Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve, I'm gonna beat you. Take that, Uncle Steve. Take this L. I'm gonna beat you. Oh man. Oh man, it's go 10-42. Goodness gracious. Man, they whooping up on them boys. Goodness. Luscious Tate in here. She says, hashtag Dak to the Patriots. What in the world? They knew good well they should have played. They should have paid Dak all that money. I don't know what they were thinking.
Don't need that. But you know what? That's what that racist Jerry Jones did.
All right,
I'm
coach.
not gonna forget.
You know, there's something I always remember. Me and my brother-in-law, we always laugh about it. Whenever I don't know if y'all remember when Kent Bazemore played for the Atlanta Hawks, and he got like this super mega
Oh my
contract.
god. Oh my gosh.
And he had his press conference. He was up there just crying. He was like, "Oh man, I can't believe this. This is like he was in the NBA for like 8 years at that point in time. He's like, man, this is gonna change my family. Thank y'all so much, Atlanta Hawks." I was like, man, he just go suck. What? They paid this joke all this money. He knew he didn't deserve it.
He was crying because he was surprised he got away with
He
it.
got away with it. He got away with it. I just signed a paper, man. I can't. It's locked in now. That's Dak Prescott, man. Dak Prescott knew he wasn't supposed to get that money.
Oh my god.
Oh man. The king he said he swear we look better with Caleb McGarry out. Maybe it's just me though. Nah, it wasn't just you. It wasn't just you. So let's see. J Maul, he feels like they look better with Caleb McGarry out. Um, William Amy, he says the offense got to get better next week against a hungry Commanders defense. Commodores, man, it's not going to be easy like a Sunday morning. Bradley Walker, he says 3. D. Lawton says 3. He agrees. Will Amy, Lamar's 24/7, the King, Coach Padre, they all feel like the offense looked better with Storm Norton. Um, Mafi, he says McGarry need his contract refunded. Jalen Hilton says 3, but I don't think it's fair to answer yet. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Down South Georgia boy, Luscious Tate, Jermaine Simmons, they all agree. They feel like they look better in today's game with Storm Norton. Um, Demetrius says the Cowgirls getting whipped. Francisco says Storm played on. Grandizer.
Man, that's a lot of threes.
Yeah, it's a lot of threes. It seems like Caleb McGarry is not a fan favorite. Francis Hunt, Washington. Look, I ain't even seen Francis Hunt, Washington comment at all, but they did say three.
Oh,
Francis,
she's like, first of all, I need my whole name in the chat, and y'all need to know three.
Francis, Francis is like, hey, I was just gonna chill out
And just listen.
and just
Just
listen,
listen.
but look,
But I need my full government name in that chat. So
cause
y'all know.
I want y'all to feel me. So look, I was gonna chill out, but when he asked that, I gotta put three in here. Shouts out to you, Francis.
A three.
Cool beans. Francis said Storm played decent ATL skate, man. Yeah, yeah. Um, Joshua said, I'm just gonna say it. Fake it.
You gonna say? Oh my God. Are you started like that? Look at your face. I'ma just say it. Nobody else gonna say it, so I'ma say it.
he said, I was just gonna say it. Fake an injury, McGarry. We good.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh my
Oh, Chosen One said, look, I
God.
just hope Storm ain't a one hit wonder.
Yes.
That is true. That is true. Bob whatever said we gave up 0 sacks today, all because they couldn't overload the right tackle side of the field and just abuse them like the baddest Drake kid. Who abuses a baddest Drake kid in the world? Bob whatever, what you do to the cats,
No,
boy?
don't do that. I know you don't do it, but whoever's abusing the stray cats, y'all should shake them.
The king says, just because you and the wife are awesome. Thank you so much,
Oh,
my
thank
family. That's
you.
that dun da da. That's a Superman check. I'm just
Need help. James going with the wings next week. I'll just say it.
oh my goodness. Man. Let's see here. Bradley, he says, Kyle looked good today. Well, looked great, and he was contributing today. Yeah, he was. He was. He really was. Francis, he says, what do you think about a cooter, Big Low? Well, look, I mean, you should check it. Ask Archangel because he's Jeff Okuda's biggest fan. They birthday twins. Like I said, he got naked at training camp when Jeff Okuda came through. So ask Archangel. But nah, I feel like this is the way that we wanted this defense to look. To be able to lock down both sides of the field. Jeff Okuda, I'm feeling very confident in him on that side. I mean, you don't really hear his name or AJ Terrell's name that often because they're both doing their jobs. Definitely. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the delay, Jermaine. For some reason, it went out and then it came back in. For some
The
reason,
StreamYard thing.
yeah, I think it was. I think it was a StreamYard issue. Got Smitty Sports Machine in here. Said, little bro, what up, man? Glad you back in the saddle. Hey, man, I'm barely back in the saddle, boy. I've been tired all day. I was at the stadium today, boy. I was talking to Joy. Joy like, what's up, country? How you doing? I'm like, baby, I'm barely here. I'm barely here. I'm so tired
I
today.
knew I was gonna be tired.
Woo, boy, that jet lag a real thing. That jet lag a real thing, boy. Um, is it? Francis said, Big Low. Where you go? Oh, okay. There you cut out for us. Oh yeah, yeah. I think it was a StreamYard issue. But yeah, I mean, moving forward, we got these Washington Commandos, these Commodores coming up next week, and y'all know every time we play them, I just don't understand how we're playing them for the third year in a row. It's always a tough game whenever we play those guys.
We stay playing them.
We stay playing them.
I wonder if they want Heineke to get out there for a second.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I see Smitty in the chat though. Shouts out to Smitty, man. Smitty Sports Machine. That's bro. Hope you doing good tonight, my brother. Hope you doing good. Smooth Smitty. Smooth Smitty. Bradley Walker says, "Who agrees? That was an amazing catch um, um, for a touchdown by Bijan. Yes, that was a great catch for a touchdown." Um, Jermaine Simmons says, "Big Low, have you checked my previous comments about Dallas? What happened with Dallas?"
I think he was the one that said they're getting like a pick your own switch whipping.
They get a pick your whole switch whipping. You never win in those situations.
Stephen A. Smith is gonna get a big laugh out of this
Oh my
tomorrow.
goodness, Stephen A is gonna go crazy tomorrow. Man, those pick your own switch whippings, man, that's tough because it's like I tried every scenario. I tried every scenario. I remember I tried to get the small switch, didn't work. I tried to get the big switch, and it was just one of those situations where somehow magically it turned into a regular size switch. Then I tried to get the regular size switch. I was like, I'm just gonna go get a good one, and then maybe it'd be like, okay, for your integrity. No, it didn't. It didn't change nothing. Oh man, let's see here. Lamar, he says, we still got work to do with the pass rush. Stroud had all day back there. You're right. You're right. We definitely got a few things to work on with the pass rush. So next week we got Eric Bieniemy, in, as you know, the offense coordinator for the Commanders, and I mean, look, people say what they want to about Bieniemy, but one thing that we can say is that he's always going to make sure that his offense is prepared. He was a big part of the reason why Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes' foundation. So we got to keep that in mind. Moving forward, everybody just got to do their job, play their lanes, and hopefully we can get some turnovers.
There's such weird rumors about Eric Bieniemy
Like
that
what?
came out. Like I feel like they were saying stuff like he couldn't read and they were saying all kinds of stuff about this man. You remember when he interviewed for the Atlanta Falcons job? They were like he seemed unprepared and
I
not
remember.
knowledgeable, or
I
we're
remember
not
hearing
going to
that.
take him. Like it was the most random thing
I
said about
remember
him.
hearing
I
that.
don't understand what the issue is they have with this guy, but there's a real sour opinion of him. It seems like in the NFL.
I don't know. I don't know. We gonna see. Look, I mean, moving forward, it's like I think it's one of those cases where he's gonna have to get a head coaching job soon.
Yeah,
So I mean,
but it
we'll.
felt like they were putting everything out there why he shouldn't get a head coaching job, which is so strange.
Yeah, that's just strange.
Especially when we see some of these head coaches.
Yeah, I mean, if I was him, I would have stayed in Kansas City. But I think he wanted to kind of go prove that he could do it somewhere
Prove
else.
about himself because
Yeah,
they were saying that it was
it
all
was Andy Reid.
yeah, it was all Andy Reid.
Yeah. Brent Jill says, I know Big Low. I'm tired of playing the Commanders. I'd rather play the Broncos. Easy dub. He says, now we're going to be okay. Ritter not losing at home. NFL don't want him to lose at home. I mean, look, if that's the narrative that's being pushed, then the NFL will look out for us a little bit. I'll take it. Keelan says, wait, Big Low tried to get out of Mama Low overpowered with the Excalibur switch. It was like that. It was like that. At the beginning of the Thundercats. Thunder, thunder, thunder! Oh! That's how Mama Country was when she got that switch, boy. She always got power in her hands. She got that switch. Held it over her head like that. There. Oh! Oh man, definitely. Big John Higgins says, "Big Low, what's happening with you? You and the little lady." He says, I'm late, just getting here. Well, much love to you, Bo. You right on time, man. You right on time. Definitely. Smitty says, look, man, if you didn't get the right switch, you're getting two whippings.
You'll
that,
get in more trouble.
that is true.
They combine the powers of the switch.
They did. They did. Grandma Country will weave them together. Weave them. I like, good. Hey, you taking a lot of time. Like, we can get this over with. Oh man. Clayton says Desmond Ritter at home equals Undertaker at WrestleMania. Undertaker was unstoppable, Bo.
Wait, somebody beat him though.
Finally,
Who was it?
Roman
Roman
Reigns.
Reigns?
Roman Reigns.
Okay.
And Brock Lesnar beat him first.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Brock Lesnar beat him first. But yeah, yeah, it was Roman Reigns. That's whenever they started
Golden boy.
Lord have mercy, boy. That's whenever they started pushing Roman Reigns, boy. You know how I feel about Roman. That's Joshua says for his first game, I thought Akuda looked solid. In my own opinion, CP never really got unleashed. I'm curious, what's his real role this year for real? They're never gonna let that dude eat, or are they gonna let that dude eat? What y'all think? I don't know what's going on with I don't know what's going on with CP, man.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Tell us.
I know the first play of the game for the kickoff return, like he returned the kicks and he was lined up back there for all the kickoffs. But whenever he returned the ball, that's the only time he got a chance to return it. I mean, he looked explosive. He looked like himself. But I don't know if it's like a situation where they're trying to save him. Because every year he's been here, like he always kind of wears down near the end of the season. I don't know if they're trying to save him, and whenever we really make that late playoff push, he's a full go, or if they're like, I mean, Bijan Robinson catching no look behind the back passes while juking people at the same time.
They don't need him.
I mean,
Uh oh.
I legit don't know. I mean, Bijan is.
They don't need that joker.
Brian Peoples in here. What's going on, man? What in the world, Bo? Uh, Kilo, I said the little lady. What the 1927?
Hey, I'm a dainty little lady, and don't you forget about it.
Jermaine says Falcons need another win at home next week. Man, if we go up 4-2, that would be great. That would be great because I know next week we got the Commanders, and then the week after that,
That must be the Tampa game.
yeah, that's a Tampa game. Then Tennessee. So yeah, I mean, yeah, if we could go ahead and get a win against another NFC opponent, that could definitely help. I'll take that all day. 4-2, can't beat it. Oh, that's how Coach Rhoda was. I ain't gonna lie to you, Coach Rhoda. Mama Country, boy, she get that switch, thunder, thunder, thunder. Oh, oh man. Fred just says, Big Low, did you see Drake fired up in my Soldier Boy voice? Yeah, Drake was crunk, man. He was lit. He was lit. Drake like, man, I'm finally getting these passes. This one is like to play football.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Oh yeah, Jermaine. Yeah, I think the Braves they're gonna get game two. They're gonna get game two. It's gonna be interesting. Granddaughter says 6 more likes to 100. Please get the likes past 100. Thank you. We would definitely appreciate it if you had a chance to hit that like button yet. In the words of my homeboy Smitty, help get us out into the YouTube universe. This homeboy Smitty, y'all know how I get down. Y'all know how I do it. Make sure that y'all hit that like button. We'll definitely appreciate it. Brian People says this Cowboys 49ers game is a disaster. 42-10. Goodness gracious. 42-10. Dak Prescott knew they should have paid him that money. Do you think he's gonna end up playing with the Cowboys through the rest of his contract?
How much longer is left on his contract?
I think 3 years, if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like you kind of have to.
Goodness gracious.
I mean, what are their other alternatives?
Trade.
For who?
For draft picks. Or,
So you want to go with an untested rookie when you got somebody that's serviceable?
I mean,
I don't know. Who's
somebody who feels like they're a quarterback away from a championship.
But do they feel like he's going to be that quarterback? You know, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, you also got to feel like he's the one as well.
Oh, wait a minute. Brian, people said they benched that.
What?
I
Hold
mean,
on, I
they
got to
probably
see.
didn't have no choice but to. I
Oh, they're
mean,
getting beat like
42 to
that. Yeah,
10, yeah.
there's no point leaving them in.
Joshua says fish on.
I know CD Lamb ain't doing nothing for me in fantasy.
CD Lamb ain't doing nothing.
Nothing.
Golly, boy.
4 receptions for 49 yards.
Goodness gracious. Well, all I know is that Uncle Steve gonna have to crawl out from between the washing machine and the dryer. That's all I know. If I do win, I'm gonna post it on my communities page. I'm gonna post a score on my communities page. Boy, I'm gonna be petty, man. Oh man, Coach John Higgins says, Big Low Country, this game today looks like Arthur Smith got in some butts this week in practice and in the film room. Front line block, Arthur Smith called a pretty good game. Defense played lights out.
So
Look.
Arthur Smith got in his own butt. He said he got in some butts. I didn't mean it like that. I meant I hope he held himself accountable first.
Okay, all right. Okay. I mean, I think he did though. I think that's the thing. I think he held himself accountable. I mean, some people feel like he might not have called this game. I mean, and if that's the case, I mean, kudos to him. Sometimes you have to learn how
That'll
to.
be so interesting. Y'all got to pay attention because he'll slip it in. He's not a humble guy, so he'll slip it in like 3, 4 weeks down the line. That at some point he turned over play calling. He's not going to say specifically.
Or it's been more collaborative effort.
Or yeah, right. So he'll act like they're easing into it when in reality he just stopped doing the terrible job he's doing. Let somebody
There you go.
professional take over.
There you go. There you go. Granddaughter says, Big Low Country, 100 likes achieved.
Oh yeah.
Drop the boom. Do your dance, Big Low. Do your dance.
Okay.
Definitely. Thank you for everyone who hit that like button. We definitely and greatly appreciate it. Thank you to our Atlanta Falcons for getting us the win today. That's look, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. Moppy says I be randomly saying thunder, thunder. Miss Moppy, he telling me to shut up. Look, a lot of these young Thundercats don't know nothing about the actual show Thundercats. So whenever y'all young Thundercats get a chance, just go on YouTube and look at the Thundercats. They used to get us crunk back in the day, boy.
They're so cool.
Oh
Talking
man.
about the Panthers again.
Oh yeah, what they say about the Panthers?
Ryan Peoples talking about with the Panthers possibly being the worst team, Chicago might have 2 picks. And G. Lee said somebody need to check on PNP.
Yeah, Brian. They could possibly have 2 top 10 picks.
We were listening to PNP on the way back
Man,
home.
boy.
First of all, Dave was super depressed.
Nah,
Not Dave,
Rashad, yeah.
super depressed. And then he said, he was like, yeah, we're gonna need a top wide receiver. We don't have a first round pick, so we're gonna have to find them deeper in the draft. And I was just, I don't know, it just made me so mad. Kind of feel like Panthers brought this on themselves, 100%.
Why you say that?
I didn't like how they did that coach that stepped in the interim. I thought he did a really good job.
Wilkes, yeah.
And it was almost they didn't even consider hiring him.
He had an interview.
Oh please, oh please. In a league where they give interviews to candidates to meet quotas, having an interview doesn't mean anything at all. He was actually doing the job, and they were looking good. Like people had more confidence in the Panthers, and he was stringing together like this ragtag. It was like one of those '90s sports movies. He was putting together this ragtag team.
Little Giants.
Yeah, and turning getting them suits that fit and actual cleats. Teaching them how to catch the ball.
DJ Moore, just imagine the ball as a roll of toilet paper.
Yeah. And they were getting ready to go to the big game. And they just pulled him out and then just put somebody else completely in there. Like they didn't appreciate the effort that he did or whatever. Then they had the nerve to make those trades that they made to get
Yeah, I think so.
to
Yeah.
move up 8 spots when most of those people weren't even going after quarterbacks. They moved up 8 spots, leveraged everything to get a short quarterback that had never played before, and based their whole team around that. And it didn't work.
Didn't work.
It's not working right now. That's not to say that he can't get better in the future. He can definitely get better, but I feel like if you're putting all that on the line, he should be good right now, at least serviceable. And that
Yeah.
is not what we're seeing. And then coaching and everything is looking a mess over there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it's yeah. I mean, I agree with you in that regard. Trade away DJ Moore, and we don't know what the issue was. It's starting to sound like the Panthers are just doing bad business.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Because you got this whole Brian Burns situation, and
What's the Brian Burns situation?
I mean, so he's like one of the top pass rushers in the NFL, like, and you know, he wants a new contract. They won't give it to him.
Why would they not give it to him?
I mean,
What
I
else
don't
they got going for him?
exactly. And I mean, for the last few years, they've had one of the best pass rushers in the league, and he's still playing. Like, kudos to him for still playing. But I mean, over and over again, you're just starting to hear more and more things. It's like, how do they do business? Like, is their front office capable of legit making good moves? So just like you said, it might be one of those things where they bring on themselves. But um, it's one of those cases where you know whenever we did the NFC South roundtable, I keep going back to it.
Uh-huh.
Dave kept saying, y'all don't have a quarterback, and he kept making the point where how much should the Atlanta Falcons believe in Desmond Ritter because he was drafted in the third round.
Mm-hmm.
They got the highest of the highest draft pick, and they're 0-5.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's one of those things where it's like it's not about where you start; it's about how you finish.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of quarterbacks that came later in the draft that lit the league on fire.
That's it.
So
That's it.
that doesn't matter. That's not just because you're drafting first round is not a guarantee of success.
Yeah.
Plenty of people that flamed out.
Brand Tizzle, he says, Panthers, aka Kitty Cat's hurting. I'm telling you, I mean, starting off 0-5, I don't know if I should call them the Carolina Panthers or if I should call them the flea bitten kittens.
Oh, yuck! Oh man, they play Miami next week.
Oh
That's
boy!
gonna be a bloodbath.
Goodness gracious, boy!
Oh my gosh, if they score 72 on a decent Denver, what are they gonna score on the Panthers?
Man,
Ooh, I have to watch that game.
it's gonna be crazy.
Interesting.
It's gonna be crazy. Whew, all right, y'all. I definitely appreciate everybody coming on and chopping it up with us. Thank y'all so much. And look, we're back over 500, getting ready to play the Washington Commanders next week. We're gonna be dropping some content a little bit later this week. Y'all keep your eye out for it. Also, make sure that you hit that subscribe button or that notification bell so you see exactly whenever we drop some content. We definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all coming on and chopping it up with us. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a safe and productive work week. And in the meantime, rise up, A-Town down. Thank y'all so much, man. What in the world, Bo?